Hi, and welcome to another episode of Walking the Path. Every week this year I'll be walking a path and sharing some thoughts about how to make your way in life. Today I'm on the most constantly changing path there is. The shoreline where sea meets sand, or in this case, pebble. I grew up on this beach. My father came here the year I was born and brought his travelling amusements and opened them to the tourist trade. I have many deep ingrained memories of being here. It's changed so much since I was young. Behind me here there used to be a pier where my father opened his amusements. I've got a lot of memories of this place, and I learned a lot of life lessons here. When my life changed dramatically almost 30 years ago, I lost what seemed like everything in my life at that time. My home, my marriage, my income. I was massively in debt. In desperation, I'd taken a job as a direct salesperson, and I really wasn't doing very well with it. Life was looking pretty dark, and the path ahead certainly looked gloomy. It's important to remember at these times that it's often darkest just before the dawn. The tide in life does change, and we find ourselves in a new stage of our journey. I sat here many years ago thinking about my life and how much it had changed, and how I had chased the material things in life, of wealth and possession and power, thinking they would make me happy. By joining the sales team I was introduced to positive thinking. And one of the early things I learned is that positive thinking is not just a nice thing to do, it's a practical way of living. When you think positively about yourself or your life, you release a chemical into your brain called serotonin, which gives you a positive feeling. There are many medical papers written on this, it's well-established science. But of course you can know it in your own experience of life. If you focus your mind onto something very happy, within a few moments you start to feel happy because of the release of the serotonin. In addition, serotonin is the chemical that joins the brain cells together and helps you to have more ideas and activate more of your brain. And by doing that, you start to see answers to your problems. Sat here on a rock many years ago, thinking about my life and the changes and the future ahead. I started to practice the positive thinking that I'd been instructed in within the sales team I'd joined. As I focused my mind onto what was right, and I counted my blessings, even though they seemed few. I had my health, I had friends, I had opportunity, I had a supportive family. And within a few moments of thinking about what was right, not only did I start to feel better, but I started to see the opportunity hidden within the difficulty. Perhaps my biggest realization that day was that we often chase the material things in life thinking they will bring us happiness. But it is not really the things in life that make us happy or sad. It is our thoughts about the things that make us happy or sad. Two people can look at the same situation, one find hope in it and the other despair. Positive thinking is a natural ability, but it's like a muscle. We need to work it for it to grow strong. Practice choosing to hold a positive thought on the little things in life, and you will build the muscle to choose your thoughts about the really big things in life. And as you change your thinking, everything about you will change. Setting goals helps us to hold on to a positive thought. The more often we remind ourselves of our goal, think about our goal, the more we join the brain cells together, and as they join together we establish the connection and they form beliefs. Negative thinking, of course, does the opposite. We release a different chemical, cortisol, and we create a different feeling, a feeling of sadness, of depression and of fear. And instead of seeing the opportunity, we see more of the difficulty. It looks bigger and bigger. Practice positive thinking for yourself, particularly in this early part of the year when you have New Year's resolutions and goals, and empower yourself to make the most of the changing conditions of life and the opportunities that are always hidden within the difficulty. See you next week.